the Friday Cocktail, presented by Anna Glowinsky.
I'm very, very excited about this next interview with a multi-award-winning British singer-songwriter, known by her stage name as Kele Le Roc. Her real name is Kelly Biggs. Delighted to have her online. This is going to be a massive one. A voice that was definitely from my era, and I'm delighted to see that she's making a bit of a comeback, as it were. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Happy Christmas. Merry New Year.
Feliz New Year. We're in Spain, so we'll just put a little twist in that on you.
Feliz. Yeah.
Take that. So how are you doing? How have you been celebrating the festive season?
I had a very chill Christmas because my mum was away, so me and my sister just stayed in a hotel and just went to a restaurant, had dinner, had a lovely, lovely couple of days. And then for New Year's Eve, I was performing with my band at the W Hotel in Leicester Square, so that was lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what was the vibes there like? Was it big? Was everyone festive? Was it kind of things a bit subdued at the moment?
Everyone was like, because it was Studio 54 themed. So we were all like dressed up, Studio 54. And I don't know if you've ever been to the W Hotel, but they've got like this huge disco ball, which is always there, like in the ceiling. And then they decorated the room beautifully. So it just encapsulated the era. It was really nice. Yeah.
And you're
so
talking...
it's like a circular stage. It's a circular stage and it's got like different levels and it spins around. It's really cool.
And you're talking about performing in London, which is very much your roots. You know, you've been a performer geographically in that era for a while now. How has things changed since you first started performing in the big city?
I personally feel like someone who likes to go out to parties, because even though I work in events, like there are a few things that I like to go to from time to time, but they're more like kind of old school events that still occur, like Back to 95, which is like an old school garage event. And like Soul Sessions, which is more for like mature people, and 51st Date, which is like a festival for more mature people. But I feel sorry for young people because I don't know where they would go. I don't like, when we were young, we had like China Whites. Like there was so many places you could go throughout the week and you'd always have a really good time. And now I'm like, I don't know where young people go now.
I asked the same question. I don't think they go out, but like, so I grew up in Croydon as a South London girl, and garage was massive for me when I was growing up, and then I went to uni in London, so it's a really huge part of growing up and that era. It's a very special time. When you were caught up in it, did you realise that you know this was a really big thing? What did it feel like to be part of, and I'm going to say this word, something that genuinely I think was revolutionary in music?
Do you know what it was? So at the time, my song was in the charts, like the pop R&B version of My Love and like Little Bit Lovin', they were in the charts. They were like top 10. And I started going to Twice as Nice, at the Coliseum. And I would literally go every week. It was on every Sunday. And I was just enamored with the scene. And I was like, I want to hear my song in the club. And I begged my label to do a remix. So that's how it really came about. Like I had a love for the music first, and then I had a desire to be part of the scene. And then the remix came along, and it's so mad because when I did the remixes, I wasn't thinking, oh, I want this to be like, as it happens now, it's going almost 3 decades strong, but I literally just wanted to hear it in the club. And it's been one of the hugest blessings of my life. Like My Love has just been such a blessing.
And how would you describe that scene, to people maybe who weren't there at the time?
It is one of those things you would have had to have been there, but it literally was, I think, just such an uplifting, high vibrational, happy music. And everyone would just be happy. And the reason why I liked Twice as Nice is because I had friends that didn't like garage. So they could go into the other room and they could listen to R&B and soul, hip hop, a bit of bashment or what have you. So that's why I loved Twice as Nice, because we could all go out together and I would have in my garage and they would have their R&B and, we'd meet in the middle.
And did it change your life having songs in the chart? I mean, apart from you had obviously this is my song, it's playing in the clubs that I go to. But, was it bigger than that for you?
I would say yes. But then again, I don't know if you have you read the book The Secret?
No. I never read it.
So the book, The Secret, is just about putting affirmations into your life, like putting things out into the universe and then coming back to you. So I've always been doing stuff like that before I even knew what I was doing. So when I remember at school, people would be like, how are you going to be a singer? And I'd be like, I don't know, I just am. I'm just going to be one. They're like, who's going to start? I was like, don't worry about that. It's just going to happen for me. Okay. So I just had that core belief, and everything I did was around that core belief. So, just like I would go studio all the time, I'd write songs all the time, I'd practice all the time. And when it came down to, like being signed and everything like that, in my mind, as it was occurring, I was like, this is my life. This is exactly how it's supposed to be, because this is what I've envisaged. It's only when you look back in hindsight and you're like, actually, what you achieved there was momentous.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was just like, no, this is my life. This is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, this sounds about right. Yeah, we're on track.
So we've literally just been talking about abundance and mindset and, and how you visualize that life for yourself. So it is really interesting that you saw it like that. How about sort of being open to opportunities? Obviously you felt like this was just where you're supposed to be. Were there any people that opened doors for you? Did you have any breaks or moments of luck where you just think, wow, sliding doors moment, if I hadn't met that person or been in that place, that wouldn't have happened?
Well, there's two things. So one, my dad took me to work with some guys called Best Kept Secret. So my dad was really good friends with Mikey Craig from Culture Club, and he had a younger brother who did music and a group of friends that all did music together. And so my dad took me to them. So that was the first time I kind of worked with any producers that really kind of got who I was as an artist. Because prior up to that, I was just going to any studio. It's like someone had a studio, I'd go there. So they might not necessarily be, working on the genre that I wanted to be in, which at that time was probably R&B, soul. But I would go. But, on the upside, it actually made me more diverse because I would say, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. So, yeah, that was the first and Best Kept Secret. And I would say they 100% were responsible for the fine tuning of Kele Le Roc, they back in the day, they used to do a thing called artist development. Labels don't really do it so much now, but they definitely developed me as an artist in so many aspects, in my songwriting aspects, in my performance aspects, in, being able to do harmonies, just, and they actually gave me my name. Digital, who was our digital engineer, Daddy Dig, he gave me my name, Kele Le Roc. So my name is Kelly, but he gave me the Le Roc. So yes, they even named me. And I would say another pivotal thing was, I had a boyfriend, and his best friend was in a group called Four Man Do, and they were signed to First Avenue. And then he said, they're looking for girls for a girl group. And so my boyfriend told me, and then I went and auditioned for Dennis Inglesby, and then I ended up being signed to First Avenue Records. So yeah, again, yes, it being in the right place at the right time. And definite sliding door moments,
Amazing. And, garage, I feel, was almost like a bit of a flash in the pan genre. It just went boom, exploded massive, and then it faded kind of from the mainstream. How did that affect you, and how did you roll with that?
Well, I think there was definitely harder times for all the garage people because to go from being mainstream and then like back to the underground. However, the thing about me is I peaked before garage went mainstream. So the garage versions of my songs never got into the charts. Ironically, it was the pop versions that got into the charts, or the pop R&B versions rather, that got into the charts. But the one good thing about garage music, and this is why I'm still working like every weekend now, nearly 3 decades later, is it's such a feel good music that it will always bring the people out. They love the nostalgia of it. And there's never a time when I perform that someone doesn't have a beautiful story to tell me about what my song means to them,
Yeah. And then, bringing us then to the future, to the present, I suppose, which was the future. How have you grown as a person? You look back at yourself when you were writing and singing those songs. Yeah. Do you look back at yourself fondly? Do you still feel like you're still the same person at heart? Or have you changed more deeply than that?
I think you have to change. I think I'm more resilient. I'm kinder to myself, because I think as well, when you're growing up, you're really hard on yourself for no reason. But I do think it's a rite of passage. I think as young people, we're insecure. And then hopefully as we mature, that fades away and we begin to know ourselves and love ourselves and, value ourselves. So I would definitely say that I've been on that journey. I've done life coaching as well, which really helps. I'm a big advocate for life coaching, counseling. I think everyone should have it standardly. I think it's life changing. And also, I would say I'm just a better everything. I'm a better singer. I'm a better performer. I'm a better writer. I'm a better human being. So, I love being older and wiser. And I'm just really grateful that I'm still able to do what I love doing and be able to pay the bills. This is a bonus.
Well, I mean, that sort of did answer my next question. How have you grown and how has that affected the music that you're writing now? Sounds like, you just feel like you're better all round. You've got something really good to give.
Better all round, Anna.
Why did you decide to launch this song, a cover version of a very popular song, and the person that you are now, how much of her is in there and why?
So basically, I have a night that I do every Wednesday in Mayfair. I have a residency there. It's at a restaurant called Sheesh, and I do it with my band. So I've got a new album coming next year. It's a fully live album with my band. So that's something to also look forward to. But Creep was one of the songs, because I don't do all my own songs. I do other songs within the repertoire. And Creep was one of the songs that I was doing with my band, and it was always going down really, really well. So this is the third album that I've done with Singers Inc. I've been with Singers Inc. from the beginning, probably about 20 years I've been with Singers Inc. And one of my very best friends runs it and runs the agency. And I said to him, I really want to do Creep for the next album, which is this album, Trinity. And he was like, that's an odd choice. And I was like, no, trust me, like it goes down so well. And it's just such a beautiful song. And I remember seeing Radiohead on Raw Soup on Channel 4 years ago singing it, and I was mesmerized. I was like, what an amazing song. So I just felt I could bring something to it. I could give something to it. And where I'd been singing it, not every week, but where I've been singing it quite frequently, I just felt like, I knew the song inside out. And I think that's what's always the most important thing, because singing is like storytelling, So when you know the words to something, you can really encapsulate them and make them your own, even if you didn't necessarily write the song yourself,
Absolutely. And my final question for you is, for people who are either maybe coming back to you, who haven't heard you for a while, or who are discovering you for the first time, what do you want them to know about you and your music?
I would say I'm a soul singer. So I wouldn't even say that I'm genre specific. Whilst, yes, I'm known within house and garage, I'm known within dance music. Some people know me for R&B. Like if you go through my discography, like you will see I've done reggae, I've done bashment, I've done pop, I've done rock, I've done, rare groove, I've done reggae, I've done so many different genres because I just love singing. So I feel like if you're into someone who likes to sing from the soul and with a lot of heart, then you'll enjoy what I do. My influences are like Shaka Khan, Prince. I'm a huge, huge Prince fan. I love the oldies, Luther Vandross, but also I love newbie people, like Beyonce, Mahalia, Tyler. I just love good music. I love good music. Ray, I just love good music and good songwriting. And I love watching people enjoying themselves when they're performing. And I think those are my two favorite aspects. I love writing and I love performing, and I really enjoy myself when I perform.
I'm definitely getting that vibe off you. Okay, honestly, it's been such a pleasure, an honour actually, for me to speak to you this afternoon. Thanks so for making the time.